Count me down to 6 minutes, so I'll have plenty of time for cutaways. Well, Christine, we hardly had time to say hello, and here we are doing this interview. People tend to think sometimes that you and I sit here for an hour and then we do the interview,
Right.
but here we are saying hello, and the beginning of the interview. First of all, let me tell you how much I enjoyed your performance and the entire movie. I think it's a most enjoyable movie that has a lot to say as well.
Oh, I'm glad. Thank you.
I wonder that as far as your role, was there any hesitation on your part, thinking, well, I don't know if I want to do that? Or was it you read it and you just said, oh, wow?
It was that. I read it and said, oh, wow, I have to do this part. And the truth is, Alan Burns, the director, had somebody else in mind. And I read the script, and I flew myself out to Los Angeles, and my agent arranged a meeting, and I talked to Alan and told him how much it meant to me in the part, and I guess something about that meeting, and he had seen my work previous to the meeting, changed his mind, and I got it.
Of course, I'm thinking also that of Swing Shift and the role in that. There are some similarities between those two women, aren't there? Do you think that Hollywood is thinking of you as this generation's Eve Arden or someone like that?
Like the best friend, you mean? Yeah.
The wisecracking best friend.
Yeah. Well, it honestly never occurred to me that this was another best friend part. This was another great part. And since I haven't been offered leads in movies yet, I'm used to playing supporting parts, and this was one of the best ones. And I'm not really worried about being typecast in that way. I think also this kind of best friend part is very three-dimensional. I mean, she's got problems, and she's sexy, and she's got humor, and it's not a two-dimensional, conventional best friend part.
You're married.
Yeah.
And your husband's name is?
Thomas Schlamy.
Yes, he's TV director, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, could you begin to think how you would react if you found yourself in real life in the same situation that your character finds herself in?
Well, I thought a lot about that when I was doing the part. What would I do, you mean? Probably the same thing. I would probably break off the affair. First of all, I probably would not have gotten involved with a married man. I think that's really kind of masochistic in a way. But if I was, I think I would have done a similar thing, broken it off and tried to keep the female friendship, because that female friendship has always been very important to me and something I've always really nurtured.
And not too many years ago, that wasn't the case. I mean, women didn't get that close always. You're probably of the generation where women bonded more or began to bond more.
Yeah, well, with sort of the women's movement and feminism, I think there was a real emphasis placed on developing friendships with women, because I know, like my mother, her friends are pretty much couples and friends of my father's. She doesn't really have, or didn't really have, close female friends. And I think in our culture generally, we're brought up to believe that women are competition and not, potential close friends, which I think is too bad.
But I think a lot of progress has been made in that respect.
Yeah.
Another dilemma for the women in this, or for your character particularly, is career versus marriage. And you surely, as an actress, can empathize with that too, can't you?
Oh, yeah. In fact, I identify with Sandy's particular dilemma, being kind of a workaholic myself. I was very obsessed with my career and just got married 2.5 years ago, which was, pretty late. And my life is much more balanced now, which I feel great about, but there was a time when I felt a real kind of hole in my life, being so involved with my career.
But you had to shop around and get the right husband who would understand that,
yes,
huh?
Exactly, yeah. There aren't many who understand it, I think.
Well, I shopped around and I got lucky
Did
too.
you? Oh,
Yes,
good.
indeed. This time last year, you were a nominee for Best Supporting Actress for Swing Shift, and you didn't get it, but it was an honor just to be nominated, I'm sure. Who do you think is going to win that coveted award this year for Supporting Actress?
I haven't thought about this.
Well, Angelica Houston is up for Preetzi's honor.
Right. Well, maybe she will win it. I think it's just truly such an honor to be nominated. I wish that all of them could win. You know, I hate to see it become kind of a contest like that. I would love to see the Academy award 5 awards per year, you know, per category.
But then that would, I think, dilute it to the extent that fans wouldn't get as excited about it, and maybe the Academy members themselves. I mean, everybody likes to be able to
vote for the winner.
Say, you know, this is the winner.
Right, I suppose. But it seems a little silly to me in a way. I mean, I understand the business side of that, and it sells movies, sells tickets to movies. But as an actress, there's something a little absurd about it because, first of all, like my role in Swing Shift, was a great supporting role. There aren't many great supporting roles. It was a big role. This role in Just Between Friends is a big, three-dimensional, complex supporting role. And to be in competition with another supporting actress whose role maybe is not as good or as big, or whose movie maybe didn't make as much money. You know, all these factors it's a little absurd.
Had you won, what would you have said?
I did plan a little speech. I would have said, let's see if I can remember, something about I want to thank, you know, the various people in the movie, and also the women of the 40s who showed us that when given the opportunity, the sky is the limit. Something like that, about women, you know, being able to really shine when given the opportunity.
Good. Well, maybe you'll have your chance to say that speech. You can say, that's what I would have said then. Now, this is what I'm saying now. Right. Christine, it's a joy to talk with you.
Thank you.
And again, congratulations on a fine movie and a really superior performance.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it. Very good. It is a super role. Both of those were, but this is that way. Yeah. Okay, and if you will cut me like about here, okay?
Okay, you're ready.
All right.
Do you want me to talk to you?
No,
Okay.
you don't need to do a thing. Okay. You rolling?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Christine, first of all, congratulations on a fine film and a really superior performance. Do you have any fear at all that producers are seeing you as maybe this generation's Eve Arden? When you first read this role, was it that you wanted to think about it a little bit, or did you say, oh, anything to play this role? Now, you're married, aren't you? And your husband's name is? When you were doing this role, getting ready to do it, did you stop to think about what you would do in real life if you were in the same situation your character is in? Surely you must identify with your character who has a career versus marriage dilemma. Who do you think will win Best Supporting Actress this year? Well, Angelica Houston, Preetzi's honor. Had you won an Oscar last year, what would you have said? And now just reactions. Okay, thank you.